Welcome to my blog. We got through week 5 and we still have 5 teams that are undefeated. But there are some upsets and reality checks along the way. The one game that sticks in my mind the most was the Broncos versus the Patriots. I picked Denver to win by 3 last week, and they did just that. Hopefully experts are seeing Denver as being the real deal. And the biggest upset of the week was Bengals versus the Ravens. Baltimore Ravens just had too many defensive penalties and gave the game away. As far as the reality check of the week, I got to go with my old team, 49ers. They got railroaded by the Falcons. Man, it was a tough day at the office for them. My starting lineup for week 6. At quarterback, Drew Brees. Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints are playing some good football, offensively and defensively. Their special teams are playing great as well. And at running back, I'm going with Matt Forte. He should be well rested coming off a bye week. Look for him to be a workhorse against the Falcons. And I like Cedric Benson with the Bengals. He had a great game against a tough, nasty Ravens defense who very seldom give up 100 yards in rushing. But he was the first running back this year to go over 100 yards against that tough defense. Look for Cedric to put up some great fantasy numbers this week. He's going to be at home. And at wide receiver, I'm going with my man, Brandon Marshall. Like I said last week, he looks focused. He scored 2 touchdowns against the Patriots. Fantasy players, he loved the spotlight on Monday night. Expect even bigger numbers this week. And my other wide receiver, I'm going with Roddy White. Man, this kid is playing on fire. He's putting up some superstar numbers, playing with a lot of confidence, and he's becoming Matt Ryan's go-to guy. So look for him to put up some great numbers this week. And at tight end, I'm going with Saints' Jeremy Shockey. He's facing his old team, and it's going to be emotional for him. I'm expecting him to play his heart out. Look for Brees to throw the Shockey in the red zone. I'm going on the limb to say this man's going to score 2 touchdowns this week against his old teammates. And kicker, I'm going with Patriots' Gostkowski. He missed a big kick last week against the Broncos. I'm expecting him to bounce back this week. He should get plenty of opportunities to kick field goals and extra points against the Titans. And on defense, I'm going with Denver again. They're playing red hot under Mike Nolan's system. They have great leaders like Champ Bailey, Brian Dawkins. These guys are leading the way for these guys, and then they're playing really good football. I'm really happy for the way Mike Nolan has taken this system and ran with it. And as far as for the team to watch this week, I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. They let a game slip away from them last week, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be fired up against the Vikings. They have a chip on their shoulder, and I'm looking for an upset on this one. And must start, I'm going with Cardinals wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald. He caught 2 touchdown passes last week. Look for him to explode against the Seattle Seahawks. He loves playing against those guys. He'll have some great numbers this week. And the must start, I'm going with Patriots Tom Brady. He wants to redeem himself because he didn't look too well last week. He missed a lot of good passing, timing routes with Wesley Walker and Randy Moss. Passes he could make in his sleep, and he was missing those guys. So look for Tom to step it up against a disarray Titans defense. And must sit, I'm going with Adrian Peterson. He's facing a tough Ravens defense, one of the best run-stop defenses in the NFL. So he's going to have his work cut out for him. And I'm going for a must sit. I'm going with Seattle quarterback, Hasselbeck. He's playing against a Cardinal defense that plays well against Seattle. So look for Arizona to win. I want to say good luck to you fantasy players out there. I want to see you next week.